Hola estudiantes, bienvenidos al Español 201, verano 2023, sesión 2. Yo soy el profesor Stevens y voy a ser su instructor durante esta sesión. So, this is a short orientation video designed to get you up and running, and you're either enrolled in section 805 or section 806. They're exactly the same, but you'll be tied to one or the other. So we're on Canvas. This is our main platform, and it's always a good idea to look at the calendar. We don't have much, so nothing's really popping up, but it's always a good idea to go in, view the calendar. This will start to get populated in the next couple of days, but it's always a good idea to check the calendar every day. And the only thing we have listed is for next month, the 27th, that's when the 3 conversation visits are due. So again, always a good idea to check your calendar. This is my view, student view, the way you'd see it. You'd see it like this, and those conversation centers are already coming up. So in this margin here, they'll let you know what's coming down the pike. So you see that this course lasts a month. It goes from June 27th through July 27th. And here in the left-hand column, we've got modules. This is pretty much the only place you need to go. You've got your syllabus, information on the Spanish Conversation Center, the so-called SCC, rubric for your student-produced video. You only have one. And these are the discussion blogs, guidelines, and rubric. You'll have 2. Here's a quick link to get you to the Portales 2 companion website to do your homework and to take your tests. StudySpanish.com is a free website that serves as a supplemental site. It's very basic, very pedestrian. It's a nice supplemental. You don't have to go there. It's completely optional, but it's pretty good. And these are just some basic how-tos for online learning, stuff like accent marks, issues with Zoom, etc. And also here is a tutorial on how to create a student video if you don't know how to do that. So let's look at the syllabus. Chances are the questions that you may have are going to be answered in the syllabus. So please check it over carefully before you reach out to me with your questions. So you can go over this at your leisure. Remember, though, this course is going to be asynchronous, which means we don't meet neither face-to-face nor online. I send you a video every couple of days just to make sure that you're on track and you're well-oriented, but you basically work at your own pace. Here's some information for technical support, Canvas tech support, and Zoom tech support, Portales tech support, all the support and stuff. Student learning outcomes, this is what's expected of you. Communication with me. I don't have official office hours, but you can always reach out to me via email, and if you need to, we can set up a Zoom session. And here's the time commitment. I try to limit it to 2 hours a day. Sometimes we have to go a little bit over, but and once in a while we'll get a free day. But this course is very intensive. A lot of information in 4 weeks, and it's very intensive, but at the same time, the good news is that it's over very quickly. So short and sweet, but for most people, it's worth it. The textbook is Portales 2. This is a digital textbook with access to the VHL online platform where you'll do your homework. And the best way to go is just purchase directly from the VHL online store. And UNC Wilmington has its list of books that you'll need. So all you have to do is go here. It's custom tailored for you. And get there. So I'm in the Vista VHL store. And these are the different Spanish offerings they have. And this is what you're going to need. You're going to need SPN 201/202. Notice how it says Portales 1.0. It's because they've got another one coming out that's Portales 2.0, so it can be a little bit confusing, but SPN 201, and it's going to be Portales 1.0. So click on that, and if you've not purchased Portales 1 before from a previous course, this is what you would want. And they give you various options. Probably for most people, you're going to go with the least expensive, which is going to be the $149. You don't get any kind of printed textbook. Your textbook is online, and of course you do have access to the VHL online platform. If you wanted a loose leaf version as well as the digital, just some people are very tactile and they like to mark things up, you could go the 174, 179. The axis is for a little bit longer. But for most people, it's probably going to be this one. You've got 6-month access, $149. So once you've purchased your textbook, you want to enroll in your particular section of 201 on the online platform, so you can follow these steps to do that. And if you need help, we have a little video that will show you how to do that, but it's pretty easy. It's pretty intuitive. And here's some information on Canvas. Most people know how Canvas works. The only thing I'll say is you always have to use your UNCW email account. So if you used another email account, you need to switch it, use your UNCW, otherwise you might miss something. That holds for Canvas as well as the VHL online website. So use your UNCW credentials, your UNCW email. Here's some other things that you're going to need: a webcam, updated computer. Evaluation is the following. Homework's going to be worth 35%, and student video, you just have one, 5%. We'll have 2 discussion blogs with peer responses. Those will be 10%. You'll have 3 conversation visits at the Spanish Conversation Center. These will be online visits. They last half an hour. Then you do a little write-up to get credit. You'll have 3 of those. And we'll try to do 6 chapters, but I don't think we'll probably get there. So conservatively, I've just put 5. So 5 chapter tests that'll be worth 35%. This is information on the homework. It's always due by midnight on the indicated day. And you can turn in homework late, but there's a 5% penalty per day. And if you don't do very well in a particular chapter homework, it doesn't necessarily have to hurt your overall grade, because the lowest chapter homework grade is going to be dropped at the end of the term. And here's the video assignment. I'll give you more information about this in the next couple of days. And discussion blogs and peer responses, same story. I'll give you everything you need. And Conversation Center, here we have a website where you can go and you can make your online appointment. Chapter tests, these are tests that are taken online at the end of each chapter, and you'll have 60 minutes to complete each test. Be careful. Once you start it, you can't stop. They are timed. And if you happen to miss one or you don't do very well on one, don't worry, because you'll be able to drop the lowest test grade at the end of the term. Okay, now I'm on the VHL website, and we've got our 2 sections. This is 805, and let's see. So a couple of students are already on. So Elizabeth, Leah, Caleb, and Lauren. Lauren Hoggett is. I just had your sister. Great student, one of my best students. So, and nice to see you back then, because I've seen you before as well. So anyway, these students, they seem to know what they're doing, and they've already signed on. Looks very good. And I'm just going to go back and I'm going to go to the other one, the 806, and see what's happening there. And this looks pretty good. So Mary's on, Lily's on, Emma's on, and Lillian's on. Lillian Sue. But watch out though, because you want to change your email to the uncw.edu email, because I'm afraid if you use this one, you're not going to get all the important information. But some students are proactive and they've already signed on. That's what you need to do. That's your task this weekend, is to go ahead and get the course materials and sign on to the VHL, enroll in your particular section. And just to see how to navigate it, here you have your activities, assessments. This is where your tests will show up. Gradebook, you can always see how you're doing. And teaching tools, here's your e-companion. This is where your textbook's located. And probably the most important thing for you, let's see if I can go on as a student. So this is what you would see. Just have the Big Brother version. And so just click it on. And so we see that, wow, you've got 16 activities that are due already. So this calendar is very important. Remember, you have two calendars, one in Canvas and one in VHL. And so what's coming up is June 27th, so that's the first day of class. And by midnight on that day, you should have completed these activities. So you can just start here and proceed in this fashion. But you don't have to. You can skip around a little bit. So if you wanted to skip around, you could just go into Activities. And you see everything here that's got a date by it is assigned. It'll tell you when it's due. But say you wanted to do a couple of the tutorials here that have to do with the vocabulary, and then you wanted to skip down and go back. So you don't have to proceed in a serial fashion like we just saw. You can skip around by going right directly into activities. So it depends on you. So that's all we have so far, but I'm going to start populating this so that you've got plenty of time to see what's coming up. And if you want to work a little bit ahead, you can definitely do that to manage your time a little bit better. And remember, you do have an overall calendar that lets you know what's coming up. And today's the 22nd. So we see the first thing that's coming up is on the 27th. And you're expected to take about 2 hours and 19 minutes to complete those activities. So this will get populated very shortly, but I went ahead and put that in just so that we'd have something to look at on the calendar. I think that's about enough for now. I try to keep these videos short, otherwise you start to nod out. Believe me, I have experience. So today's Thursday. Over the weekend then, you need to have gone over the syllabus. You need to have purchased your Portales 2 digital textbook with access to the online platform. So that's what you need to do before Tuesday. So I'll be in touch shortly. Nos vemos muy pronto. Que pasen un feliz fin de semana y estaremos en contacto. Hasta luego.